welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope that you guys are doing really well, and I hope you had a happy and joyful NFL Super Bowl 60 weekend. So, another NFL season is behind us, another Super Bowl is behind us, and a new Super Bowl champion has been crowned. The Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold win Super Bowl 60. They are the champs. They have a dominant victory over the New England Patriots and Drake May. So, really, really good game to watch, even though there wasn't a lot of offense through most of the game, but still a really, really good Super Bowl. Really good halftime show, a lot of good commercials. So, love to watch the Super Bowl, and that's why we love the NFL. So, today we're just going to talk about the game, Super Bowl 60. We're going to talk about the teams. We're going to talk about the players that stood out, players that had bad games. And I'm just going to give my overall take on the action that I saw. So, we got some good stuff to talk about. Before we jump into all of that, I would like to mention that on my YouTube channel, I create content about money, sports, and personal topics with the goal of bringing value to other people's lives. So, if you guys find value in this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. All right, let's go ahead and jump into NFL Super Bowl 60. All right, so let's go ahead and first take a look at some of the numbers from the game and which players stood out. So in this one, the Seahawks win 29-13, and it was a very dominant victory. Um, they were leading as much as 19-0 at one point. In the fourth quarter, the offenses kicked into gear, and both of these teams scored several different times, but it really wasn't ever close or really competitive. So the Seahawks win it 29-13 and get the dominant victory. So let's go ahead and see some of the numbers in this one and the game leaders. So for the Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold, he just had an okay game. Um, he didn't have any turnovers, so he just needed to be a game manager in this one, and that's what he was. He went 19 for 38, 202 yards, one touchdown, zero interceptions. So just he did what he needed to do, and that was good enough. Even though his completion percentage was only 50%, um, the player that had the best game and ended up being the Super Bowl 60 MVP was Kenneth Walker, the running back. 27 carries for 135 yards, and he had over 160 total yards. So he was definitely the best player in this one. In a game that didn't have a lot of offense, he definitely stood out and had a lot of nice moves and several nice runs in the game. And Cooper Kupp, who is a former Super Bowl MVP, he had a solid game, 6 receptions, 61 yards. And the other wide receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba, did not have a very good game in this one. But he had a few catches, but he wasn't the usual Jackson Smith-Njigba that we're used to. For the Patriots, Drake May, 27 for 43, 295 yards, two touchdowns, two interceptions. He also had a fumble. So a bad game by Drake May, even though some of the numbers look good, like the yards and the two touchdowns, but all of that came towards the end of the game when it really didn't matter any longer. Um, the wide receiver, Hollins, had 78 yards receiving with one touchdown. So that was really the highlight of the Patriots offense, was that touchdown to Hollins. And other than that, the Patriots really didn't do much. All right, so let's talk more about this game. So Super Bowl 60 in Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. The weather was pretty good, so there was no weather as a factor in this game, so that was good to see. Going into this game, the Seahawks were favorite, and I was also expecting the Seahawks to win the game. I think their defense, just going into the game, I think their defense has been a lot better than the Patriots' defense. And I just felt like the quarterback matchup, even though Drake May is having a MVP type of season, he's still young. And I just trust Sam Darnold more at this stage of his career than Drake May. So I just thought the quarterback matchup was also an advantage for the Seahawks. So, yeah, I mean, the game, even though it wasn't high scoring, I mean, I was definitely watching this whole game. I was very intrigued, and I still thought it was a really good game. Um, Not a lot of offense at all. The Seahawks were able to drive the ball down the field a few different times. They got several different field goals in the first half, and they were up 9-0 at halftime. On the other side, the Patriots, they just couldn't get anything going on offense. They punted, it seemed like every time, and it was just way too conservative. Um, I really wasn't expecting their offense to struggle this much. And, it's the last game of the season, so you got to take some chances. You got to throw the ball down the field. You got to maybe go for it on fourth down if you're in the opponent's side of the field. So I was very disappointed by the Patriots offense, specifically their offensive line, Drake May, quarterback, Josh McDaniels, their offensive coordinator, I think was way too conservative. So it was just a disappointing offensive outing by the Patriots. And in the second half, I mean, honestly, things didn't get much better until like the fourth quarter. So it pretty much, the third quarter was also very, very bad offensively. The Seahawks got another field goal, and going into the fourth quarter, it was 19-0 for the Seattle Seahawks, and it just looked like they were not gonna lose the game. But towards the end, the Patriots got some offensive plays going. They had that touchdown to Hollins, and it looked like they might be able to like make it interesting, but Drake May threw an interception, and that was pretty much the game. So honestly, just a dominant win by the Seattle Seahawks. I was very impressed by their defense. Sam Darnold, very solid, and the Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker had a really good game. He was very shifty. He was making other guys miss tackles, and he just had a really good game for the Seahawks. And for the Patriots, Drake made three turnovers. Their offensive line, specifically the left side with Will Campbell, was not holding up well at all. And just a very bad offensive performance by the Patriots. And that's how the game went. So a little disappointed that the game wasn't more competitive, that the Patriots offense wasn't more explosive. But the Seahawks, they just shut him down, and they definitely deserve to win the Super Bowl, and they are the champs. So this is an amazing story for Sam Darnold, who has had, a pretty rough NFL career. He's bounced around a few teams. Um, he was looking like a potential bust or a backup quarterback in the NFL, but he's had an amazing resurrection to his career. Last year with the Vikings, he gets 14 wins. This year, he wins the Super Bowl. So just an amazing story for Sam Darnold, and it's good to see him have success. He seems like a really nice guy, and I think a lot of people are rooting for Sam Darnold for sure. And I think both of these teams are going to be really good next season. I mean, the Seahawks should have pretty much all of their players coming back. They're just going to have a new offensive coordinator. For the Patriots, they're going to be even better. Drake May is going to be even better. And these two teams should be back in the playoffs next season. So we'll see what happens. So amazing Super Bowl to watch, even though it wasn't very competitive and not a lot of offense for the Patriots. It was still very, very intriguing to watch. Love the game. Another NFL season comes to an end. The halftime show with Bad Bunny was interesting. I found it entertaining, so I think it was a good performance. And the commercials are always cool to watch. So love the game. A little sad that the NFL season is over and it won't be here for another 6, 7 months. But very, very good NFL season. Super Bowl champ, who a lot of people I don't think expected to be the champs. Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold. So this is why we love the NFL. This is why we watch. It's just so entertaining and intriguing. And can't wait until next season. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share as far as Super Bowl 60. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and got some value out of the content. If you did, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to hit the like button and make some comments on your thoughts on Super Bowl 60. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.